Thank you so much for this great opportunity given to me to speak and to be part of you. Of course, all protocols have, because of the time given is so short, I may not be able to say greetings to everybody on the platform, but I celebrate the men of Omega Fire Ministry, to dear Father in the Lord right there. I celebrate you, sir, and then thank you for the opportunity. We go straight to what we have for today, and I will try as much as we can to cover. But you see, my time is up. Please don't fail to just let me know that, sorry, your time is up. Just let me know that, because sometimes I may not just be, I will try and be conscious of time anyway, but let me know that my time is up. And like Minister Osasua just said, please take your pen, take your paper, try and write something down. I think it's not just to think it, but rather we want to ink it. We want to see that we are able to put something down. And then I know by the special grace of God, we will have some take home. Today, I want to actually look at a strategic planning for your finance. You see, what we do, we try as much as possible to ensure that we Christians, we embrace not just only the power of God, we also embrace the principle of our God, of our Maker, to ensure that we are doing things right. You see, wealth and money, so to say, if we have a clear picture of what wealth is, we understand that it's part of the kingdom. You see, but quite a number of people will tell you that the Bible said, seek ye first. It should be about the kingdom. It should be about the kingdom. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. I think that's in the Matthew 6:33, that seek ye first the kingdom of God. But you see, you are forgetting to add this, that the Bible also mentioned clearly that it said all these other things will be added. So if you say that you are seeking the kingdom of God, and then all this other thing that was so mentioned is not visible in your life, then that Christianity, so to say, should be subject to questioning. Because that you are a Christian, that you are seeking the kingdom first, then all these other things should be visible in your life. But come to think about it, if you go deep down and look at it, quite a number of the people that are really poor financially is actually go to the churches and see. They are coming in from the kingdom. They are from the church. You know why? Because we in the Christendom, we embrace more about the power of God, and more than we embrace the wisdom or the principle of God. So I talked about being strategic towards your finance. I'll tell you something that happened. To be strategic, it's very important. Let's look at it this way. Long ago, something happened before COVID. Something happened before COVID. Long ago, I think in 2005, the then president of the United States of America, which is President Bush, was actually on a vacation in his ranch. And he had a book. The book it was actually a pre-launch copy. And the title of that book was The Great Influencer. The Great Influencer of, I think, 1918. While he was reading the book, the author stated and said, pandemic do always happen in every 100 years. So when President Bush read that, while he was on break, on its holiday, he ran back to White House. When he got back to White House, he was so disturbed. He was reckless. He went back to White House. Getting to White House, he called the Minister of Finance, so to say. He called all his cabinet together. He called all of them that are into the experts in the health sector. And then he mentioned clearly to them. He said, we cannot afford to wait until we are all overwhelmed and captured by the pandemic. We need to start the preparation. You know what they did? I'll tell you, this was as at 2005. They didn't just only start preparing, they set up an office for it. They made budget for it. They bought equipment as at 2005. They bought face masks, the oxygen, a lot of equipment they bought. They, in fact, consulted experts. They set up this office to run. But you see, for a very long time, the pandemic didn't happen. Nothing happened. First year, second year, third year, in fact, another president came in. Barack Obama came in, no pandemic happened. Do you know, during Trump, that was after like 13 years or 15 years, so to say, in 2020, pandemic showed up. But you know what Trump did? When Trump came into power, some of the equipment that was bought then by President Bush, they discovered that some of it were already expired, and President Trump said, please get rid of it, we don't need it. Till today, they are still actually looking out to punish President Trump for that decision. Go on news, go on Google, you're going to see all of this I'm talking about. What am I picking out from that particular point? President Bush was being strategic. He didn't just get to see it, he planned towards it and made himself ready for it. So to be strategic means for you to wait ahead before every other person get there. You are already there and you are settled in terms of your finance. You are not taken unaware, you are not surprised because of the changes that happen from time to time. Late last year, I think there was war between Ukraine and Russia. I think that was early last year, but late last year there was war between Hamas and then Israel. The question is, what is coming in 2024? Are you ready for it? There's information flying now that there is a combination of Russia trying and China trying to attack Germany. What is coming up in 2024 in terms of your finance? There are some businesses that is working for you now that may no longer work in the next 5 years. Are you prepared now? What's your scenario planning to ensure that you do the needful when it comes to your finance? You see, American Army came up with strategy. And what was that strategy? They call it VOCA. I will quickly share this. I know I don't have too much of time because I have quite a number of materials to show to you, but I may not have time to show you all of it. But let me look at this, if this will share, and then let's see if we can get this played on. And if you can hear it, can you see this now? Please wave your hand if you can see this. Bringing up from there is that somebody sat down and saw as at 2005 was able to see 2020. Somebody sat down as at 2005 is able to see 2020. Though we call it COVID-19, it finally showed up and was strong as at 2020. That's President Bush. The question, what are you seeing 2 months from now in your finance? President Bush didn't only see it, he prepared for it. He prepared himself. Look at it in all aspects of your life. Are you prepared? Are you making strategy to prepare ahead of what is to come? You are making £20,000 now. Who told you are going to make that by tomorrow? And what are you doing in terms of your finance? You can be making £50,000 today. You may not make it tomorrow. So what are you doing as of today in terms of your finance? The America came up, I said the military came up with the word called VOCA. V-U-C-A. V-U, if you write that down quickly, I don't have time, quite a lot I want to show you, but the time will limit us. VOCA is called, the V standing for volatility, the U standing for uncertainty, the A standing for ambiguity, and then the last one, which is A standing for ambiguity, which is the last one. The C is standing for complexity. I'll repeat the four. The first one is volatility, which is the V. The U stands for uncertainty. The C stands for complexity. And then the last one stands for ambiguity. What the volatility talks about is the way things change rapidly is so fast these days. The solution that you were providing for a particular problem last month you may apply the same solution. It may not be able to fix that same problem this year. Things are changing so fast, and then we cannot afford not to get prepared in terms of our finances. So volatility talk about the changes that occur. There's what we call the dispensation. If you remember, we used to have the agri age in terms of the agriculture. From there, we went down to the industrial age, the technological age, the information age, which we are actually in now. In terms of the church, remember, if you go through dispensation, we do have what we call the innocency, we have the conscience, we have the human government, we have the promise, we have the law, when we have the grace, we are the era of grace now, and then we have the kingdom age. Let me make this clear, please. Do you know, in terms of dispensation, it do take the number of years for dispensation to change. For us to move from agro age to industrial age, it took quite a number of years to happen. But I tell you, the way things are changing rapidly now, it does not, sometimes you can be in 2 dispensation within 1 month. 2 dispensation can happen. You that is not strategic enough, you will still be playing with the old rules, not knowing that things has changed in terms of finances. Quickly, let me quickly tell you 5 technology of making money that you need to be strategic about. Strategic planning does not just help you to get to, it is not just going to help you not only to be active, but to be effective. You need to be strategic. I said strategic planning will not just help you only to be active, but it will also help you to be effective. 5 technology of making money. Because of time, I will take 1. I may mention the other 4, but I will just take 1 and dwell on 1, and then I will end it there. Write down 5 technology of making money. 5 technologies of making money. 5 technology. Please go back and look at that word vulgar. Go on the internet and check vulgar. I didn't have time to explain all of it. I would have spent time, but there is no time for me to do all of that for you. Maybe when next we meet, I should be able to dive deeply on it. Let's come back to 5 technology of making money. Please, those of you in the UK, please listen to me. I beg you in the name of God. Those of you in the UK, please listen to this. Because there's a system that has been created that if you are not careful, you will get old in the system, and then you will not be able to function again to make the same money you were making. You will agree with me, quite a number of us that are here on this platform. When you came into the new UK newly, the strength you have now, you don't have that same strength anymore. Things is changing. When you begin to get old, I tell you the truth, your body parts, they will gain independence. Write that one down. When you are getting old, there's a certain level of age you get to, your body part will gain independence. Meaning your leg will start moving to where you wish, not where you actually want the leg to move. So when you see old people, they bend and then their neck is like this, it's actually where the neck wish to go, and not where you as a person wish the neck to go. It's as a result of age. So when you are getting old, I said your body part will gain independence and start going where they wish and not where you wish them to go. That's why you see old people, their legs will bend, their neck is bent, their hand is bent. All the body parts already gain independence. I mentioned 5 technology of making money. Number 1, please write that down, or write this down. What is number 1? Number 1 is what I refer to as the biodegradable technology. Biodegradable technology. Bio is spelled B-I-O, then degradable technology. Biodegradable technology. Biodegradable technology. So when we talk about biodegradable technology, I said this is the technology where you engage only human ability, strength and might and effort in making money. This is the technology where you engage and involve only human ability, strength, might, and effort in making money. Only human effort, your strength, your power, your energy. But you see, the downside of this type of technology is that it's degradable. Those of you in London, please listen. It's very important you listen to this, because you are still young, you still have the energy. But a time is coming, you cannot have that same energy if you only deploy only this technology in making money. In finance, we'll quickly teach you that you must learn how to quickly diversify. You must engage other means of making money. I'll give you the 5 and dwell on one. I said I have what we call the biodegradable technology. We have what we call the system technology. We have what we call image and brand technology. Then we have what we call capital technology. And then the last one, power technology. But I'm dwelling on one. I mentioned 5. I'll repeat the 5 again. We have what we call the biodegradable technology. Number 2, we have the system technology. Number 3 is image and brand technology. Number 4 is what I refer to as the capital technology. Number 5 is the power technology. But we are dwelling on one. And what is that one that we are dwelling on? I said is the biodegradable technology. I say you deploy just human energy to make money. But you see, like you will agree with me, a 60 years old man don't have the same energy of a 30 years old man. You see, this is what happened to quite a number of footballers. They employ that particular biodegradable, and once the age is out, their ways of making money quenched. And a lot of them that suffer from this, that don't quickly diversify and engage other means of making money, they suffer the pain. Can you see what I've shared?
Yeah, we can.
So that was President Bush as at 2005. If you see the date, it's stating there November 1st, 2005. That was what Zacchaeus did. Zacchaeus ran ahead when he heard Jesus was coming and climbed up the tree. What Zacchaeus was doing was strategically positioning himself where the master can see him. The question in your finance, are you strategically positioned? If you involve only biodegradable technology, you have forgotten age is not on your side. Because with age growing up, that particular means of making money will quenched. So in finance, we advise immediately you do what we call diversification, engaging other means. In fact, in the Garden of Eden, there were 4 streams that flows into the garden. Meaning, at maximum, as a Christian, you should have 4 streams of income flowing into your life. You see, if you are used to football, a good striker does not run to where the ball is. A good striker will always run to where the ball is going. You see a striker running ahead. What he is doing is he's strategically going to position himself. He knows it's a matter of time. The ball that is with the goalkeeper, he knows very soon the keeper will cross the ball over, and then the ball gets to him, and then he will put it in the net. So sometimes you are seeing some people, they are running ahead. You are like, you are not with the ball. That is not where the ball is. The ball is with the goalkeeper. Run to where the ball is. I said, no. To be strategic, you need to run to where the ball is going and then strategically position yourself. So it's very important that you are strategic about your finance. You must deploy other means, other way, the system technology, the brand and image technology, the power technology, the capital technology. Like I said, I don't have time because I would have explained each and every one of them for you, giving you videos to ensure that you get the point of what we are talking about in terms of making money. In fact, I think we have to just stop here. I don't know if my time is up. Maybe I may just take 1 or 2 questions, and then we may just have to stop here. But I must tell you, to be strategic is important. In fact, the strategic planning is the secret to plenty. If you write that down, it's very important. Strategic planning is the secret to plenty. So it's not what you are making now that is important. It's what you do with what you are making. Please write this down also. The leads you that are wisely gathered eventually will become much. Please write that one down. The leads you that are wisely gathered eventually will become much. Jesus Christ said, gather the fragments By the time they put all the fragments together, what happened? It was 12 baskets full. In fact, I think I just have to stop here and then take some questions, maybe 1 or 2 questions, and I think I should be able to. Yes, questions, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the teaching, and I believe that we have taken a lot of notes. I think at this point in time, we'll give opportunity for, we'll only take 3 questions, and so if you intend to ask question, I'd like you just to indicate by lifting of your hands and get it let the question be quite straight forward and short. I've got 1 person already indicating interest to ask question. I will now invite Minister Sunday. Go ahead with your question, please.
More grace, Deaconess George. And
thank you.
I actually enjoy your teaching, and thank you so much. And I hope I will have opportunity to learn more about this teaching. The only question I want to ask is this: now I live in London, so somehow I may not have opportunity to diversify my finances here. So is location another issue to diversify my finances, like any other country or Africa, if I wish to? So what is your advice towards diversifying my income in other countries?
Okay, thank you so much. You see, this is what I teach. I teach on money, and by the special grace of God, I can advise you when it comes to finance. The first rule in finance is this: you must investigate before you invest. Please write that one down, it's important. Investigate before you invest. You asked about location. You see, it's the same thing in terms of foresight. If you have foresight, for example, some location may seems not to be viable, may seems not to be good in terms of investment to other highs, but because you have what we call strategic foresight, you can see ahead. Look at what I showed you about President Bush. If you can see ahead, let me give you an insight. There was a property in a particular place, in a city. Not too long, they were going to sell that very property. And I got information that they will soon tie that very road. I went to the area to buy the property. But as at the time I'm buying that property, people were not aware they were going to tie that road. But because I was strategic enough, because location now, it didn't look as if it's a good location. It was actually a bad location. They were selling a plot in that place, 2.5 million. Some 3 million in that place. But you see what I did? Because I was strategic in terms of foresight, I knew that immediately they tie that road, the rate at which they are going to sell property in that area is going to increase. I went to buy because I'm addressing the aspect of location. By the time I bought it, immediately they tied the road. I think I bought it, but not up to like within 3 months, 6 months, they tied the road. You know how much a plot was not selling? Within 3 months, one plot in that place was selling for 30 million. Somebody that is also bought there sold our own for 25 million. Osasu knows the person I'm talking about. So if we must understand this principle as a Christian and then be strategic enough to be able to see, does location matters? Yes. But if you have strategic foresight, you're already in London, I must tell you the truth, you must invest your money. In fact, let me let you know this. Money is your slave. They must work for you. But not just money alone in terms of being your slave. The children are also your slave, because the slave will work for the master, and the children of the slave will also work for the master. Money is your slave. The children of money, what is the children of money? The profit that comes from it. Ideally, let me tell you another rule quickly in terms of money. When money gets into your hands, the law and the rule is you must invest it before spending it. I'll repeat that again. When money gets into your hands, you must invest it first before spending it. Meaning, multiply that money first before you spend it. If I give you 50 pounds, I expect you to turn the 50 pounds. The law says, turn the 50 pounds to 100 pounds before you spend the 50 pounds. I'm going to show you for something that will blow your mind. I have 20 pounds. I don't know if you can see it in my hand. I have 20 pounds. If you have 20 pounds with you, quickly, I want to tell you what money is. This is not money. If you have 20 pounds with you, I want to blow your mind. You have never seen this before. But let me show you. There is something written right in 20 pounds. It's at the top. If you look at the top, you'll see it there. If you have 20 pounds, you can look at it. It is written here. He said, I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of 20 pounds. I'll repeat that. If you have 20 pounds, you can check it. I know none of you, or maybe some of you, would have seen this before. He said, I promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of 20 pounds. You know why we Christians, we fail in finance? Check, quite a number of people that we work for are unbelievers. It's the unbelievers making it. Sorry, I'm taking another time to teach that going elsewhere. But let me come back to quite enough to let you know. But let me just answer that quickly so that other speaker can speak. Just to let you know, does location matters? Yes, very important. But you see, you must also be strategic in terms of foresight. Let me quickly break something to you. I was telling somebody to go and invest in Rwanda. Why was I telling the person to go and invest in Rwanda? Because the British, they are spending so much in Rwanda as we speak. Millions of pounds have gone there. What are they trying to stop? Crossing of the boats, crossing of people through the highlands or through the rivers and all of that. They are investing a lot in Rwanda. But anyway, let me not open your eye more to this. Thank you so much, Minister Sunday. I think I would have taken quite a number of time to answer that your question. Does location matters? Yes, it's important, but you have to be strategic also.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for the lovely presentation. I will not be asking no more questions. If you have any other question, please inbox me, send a message to me. I will get in touch with Judge Owen and I'll be able to refer it back to you in some other time.